Hello, everybody. We're back. We've had a week break last week, and we're back again tonight. So thank you for joining us. Hi, Kat. You were first in the room tonight, before we were even, and you're down here next week. That's exciting. We'll have to try and catch up while you're here. You won't want to go home. We've got Matt joining us tonight, so we're going to welcome him into the room. If you have any questions, pop them in the comments. Hello.
G'day. How are you, Danni?
Oh, good. How are you? Look at him sitting over there so quietly.
This is Scout. This isn't Shooter. This is
puppy. You had the puppy. Is that the puppy you had on last time?
No, that would have been Shooter.
Yes.
This is my partner's dog, Scout.
Beautiful. Very happy. I noticed when you walked away before, he watched you the whole time. Didn't take his eyes off you. Oh, how are you? It feels like ages since you've been on the show. Have you been well?
Been well, been busy, thank you. So lots have happened since then. I can't remember the last time we talked, but lots happened even in the last 3 or 4 months. So. Yeah,
you've been really busy. You've got, as we were looking at your thing, you've got an album coming out this year. Is that all ready to go?
Well, yes, we've got a date. We've got the music. It's in the can, but yeah, a few things to get ready before then. So but it's all lined up nicely. Yeah,
all recorded and done.
So all recorded and done in Tassie. So
yes, you come down here a lot. It's lovely. Kaz has just popped in the comments that she's coming to Tassie next week. I don't know. Have you been before, Kaz? It's beautiful down here. People don't want to leave once they come.
Hi,
you've been heaps in the last 12 months, haven't you? 12, 18 months.
So I went July 2022 to start writing for this album. And I actually wrote more than an album's worth. And so I went back down to record a song about my football club, Norwood Footy Club, with Matt, obviously all at Wilder, Tasmania, where Matt Fell is. And then went back to record the album in about 12 months ago down in Tassie. Wrote a lot of the songs there and thought it was the right place to go back and record them.
Yeah, it's beautiful, especially down at Matt's. It's gorgeous where he is. Walk out that door, and it looks like a painting, doesn't it?
It's very Gary Park.
Yeah, it's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. So you've had 12 months of this album sitting there in the bag. Have you been out and about? What have you been up to?
Last year was still a really busy year. I released a bunch of live songs from an EP that I released in November called The Way That I Was Meant to Be. And I think that's the last time we chatted.
That's when you were on the show last.
Yeah, it's just in my memory. I released a duet with Tasha Coates from the Audreys. And then I released the Norwood song, and then I released a 5-song EP and just had a small little tour around that, just in South Australia. And but July last year did a winter tour in New South Wales with Amber Ray Slade, and so last year was a little bit just a bit more fun. So not purely focused on an album, but releasing this live EP with my Adelaide band, the Rising Suns, and obviously doing the project song with the Norwood Footy Club. So that was a lot of fun. But this year's all about the album, The Long Way Home.
The Long Way Home. I love that name. What did you say, Kaz? Is Scout named after the Killer Mockingbird character?
Absolutely. Maybe. I'm not sure. You have to ask my partner Fee. So. Yes,
where the name came from. So right. The Long Way Home. But your current single, Come Home Safe. Tell us a bit about that and how that one came about.
Yeah, if you've got a couple of minutes, a bit of a strange one. I had two recurring dreams, actually. One about a town in the, two recurring dreams. One about a certain landscape, or both about certain landscapes. And this one time, both these recurring dreams came together. They came together at a place called Springton in the Adelaide Hills. And I went up and visited Springton, and on the way home had a bit of a bingo in the car, and that was a bit of inspiration to write the song, and that's hence why it's called Come Home Safe. So
Yes.
yeah, everyone was okay, but that was the inspiration for the song, and yeah, kicked my butt into gear to do a lot of writing, actually, and it was only a few days after that I went to Tassie and actually wrote the song.
Oh, wow, it's very fresh.
Yeah, and the song itself is pretty fast paced. It's a bit of a different style for me, and the vocal delivery is almost a little bit like a bit rappy, or it's just very fast anyway. And that also came to me in a dream. I dreamt of a mate who was up on stage singing this song with the melody. And that vocal style, and I woke up and I, sung into my phone and recorded a note, and yeah, it all came together. So
Wow.
three dreams came together.
That's great.
So, yeah,
that's making the most of your sleep.
That's right. So I had one the other night, actually, for the first time in a long time. So yeah, I think it's just speaking to other creatives that sometimes they call them the golden threads, and they're the ones that just create this sort of groove of art and creativity that seem to somehow be a little bit special.
Yeah, well, I think I love that, and I love how it does come to people in different ways. But waking up in the middle of the night and trying to record it before you forget by morning, and trying to be quiet so you don't wake other people up in the house.
Oh, don't worry. For every time that happens, there's 3 times where you wake up and you hear it. You go, "Yeah, I'll remember that," in the morning, and you wake up and go, "Damn, I forgot."
No, it's gone. Yeah, every time you had a good idea, but the idea's gone if you don't do that. I pen and paper. I always have a pen and paper beside my bed just in case.
Yeah, beautiful. Love it.
That's but then you got to turn the light on. See, I'm lucky. I don't have to worry if I turn the light on. It's just the cats that get upset.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so that's how this one came about, and you wrote it a couple of days later. Did it just flow because you already had that background of it there, or did you have to sort of take a bit of time to get back into that thought when you were writing?
Yeah, good question. The first stage of this song was actually writing a whole bunch of notes, lyrics about that incident and about that the recurring dreams. And I did that first of all. And I didn't know that those lyrics were going to marry up with that song. And so I had a whole bunch of scribbles and notes and trying to sing about this town. And originally it was about the town, but that became a little bit too literal, talking about, this town called Springton and blah, 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 blah. And so I thought that wasn't quite right. And yeah, I kept working on it. And then I, at some stage, married up the lyrics and the vocal delivery that I'd recorded with those lyrics, and they seemed to match. So I didn't know that they were going to come together that way, but in the end, they did. So that was lucky.
Is writing something that you find comes naturally, or are you one that can sit down and just write a song, or do you have to just sort of let it do its thing?
Yeah, sometimes it does. Sometimes when you have to really get something out or express your feelings, sometimes it can come out quite naturally. Other times, you have to work on it a little bit. So I think the most important thing is continuing to write. But we're all busy, and so it doesn't always happen. So I in July 2022 to December 22 did a lot of writing. That's led to about 16 songs that I'm going to release.
Oh wow!
But including my EP last year. But the next time I write, I reckon I'm going to have to take some time out to do that writing, because in between releasing album, managing property, family life, and work life to pay the bills, there's not much time to do that creativity. So I'll definitely take time out to do future writing.
Yeah, okay. That's a good, It's interesting how everybody does it so differently. I love hearing how things come together for different artists. But yeah, you are very busy. You work a lot and you're always doing interesting things. Are you still living in South Australia at the moment? You're still based there, aren't you?
Yeah, still in South Australia, but I've moved down to the Fleurieu Peninsula, south of Adelaide, to a property with my partner and her two lovely boys. And we've got a horse and 9 chickens and a couple of dogs. A bunch of acres that we're looking after. So, yeah, it's really lovely to be on the land and be out of the city. And, we love it up here, absolutely. Tomorrow for Anzac Day, we're going to be planting a whole bunch of trees on the property with our families. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So
that's going to be beautiful. Yes. Yeah. That's something that I think you would love. I've never been to South Australia and I really want to. It sounds beautiful. It sounds a lot like here, I think.
Yeah, it is. A bit drier than Tassie, that's for sure.
Yes, and I suppose it'd be a lot hotter in the summer too, I'd imagine.
It don't get burnt quite as quickly as Tassie, so because we're slightly further away from the ozone hole.
Yes, I always tell people if they come down in the winter and they think that it's Tassie, you don't get burnt. You will get burnt. Doesn't matter what time of year it is, you'll get burnt. You just might not be doing it while you're warm. But tell us a little bit about the film clip for this song, because I had a bit of a watch of the film clip. Tell us are you the creative behind a lot of your film clips, or do you sort of put that into the hands of and let that just happen?
A bit of both. Previously, I've put it in the hands of, when I first started music videos, I put it in the hands of the film producer, and that was actually really liberating because they would take a different approach on the song to what I thought I had in mind. For example, my film clip "Take Me Home." They came up with this whole different story about somebody saying, grieving their wife who had passed away, and I hadn't thought about that at all. For this one, I wanted to work with a South Australian, and I wanted to work with somebody who could capture that South Australian rural landscape type of feel and have a slightly more artistic bent to it. So, Jacob Tamas from South Australia, he's up-and-coming filmmaker, and I left it in his hands a fair bit. And what important for me was getting the imagery right and the tone of the colours right and various things like that. So, but certainly have inputs, and when I see shots that I don't like, I certainly say, let's scrap that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You're comfortable to say, no, that's not right. Yeah.
Yeah, no, we worked on it pretty collaboratively in the end in terms of how the film clip rolled out and building up towards the end of the song, because the end of this song does have quite a big ending, and we worked together on making sure that it built up to that ending.
I like the sound. This song is, as you were saying before, it is a different song, and I like how it sounds. It's nice to hear different sides of you and your music.
Yeah,
it's exciting. Now I know you've got a tour coming up. Like, you've got quite a few dates booked in, though, haven't you?
Yes. So, there we go.
Scott's wonderful.
Yeah, that's great. Hot off the press. I haven't even announced that on social media, so there's an exclusive.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's all right. I was going to do it tonight, so very comfortable with doing that. So,
good.
It's been out there. So I was just so I don't know why I'm looking at it. I know it off the top of my head. So they're kicking off in South Australia and visiting New South Wales and Victoria and Tassie.
I was about to say you've got some Tassie dates there.
And Queensland for the first time that's not at a festival. So certainly hope to add some more dates to that. So, but got a Hobart gig and a Gowrie Park gig as well. So so it's going to be a busy year.
It's going to be a very busy year. And then the album, as you said before, I have actually put in the comments too, before I forget, the pre-save link to your album is up in the comments, guys. So you can do it when we finish, or you can just scan the QR code now, because Scott is so much more talented than me. Just make sure you can actually do that at any time. If you're rewatching, those QR codes and those links should all still work. So jump on them at the end.
You can also hop on my website, if you don't mind putting my website in the comments, because at my website you can pre-order your vinyl and CD copies as well.
Oh, vinyl. Doing that.
Good. That's right.
Are you a vinyl collector? Do you like the
not to a large extent, but I'm looking at my record collection now. I've got 100 or so, and I certainly love the sound of vinyl. And I love having the record as well.
Yeah, I love the sound. I love the texture of the records, but I think my favorite part is actually putting it on and having to take the time to not, to put it on and get it in. If you really want to listen to a song again, you've got to get it just right. It's
That's right.
Yeah, it's those things that I love. Kaz has
Okay.
said she's already got it saved. Can we
Fantastic.
still get your previous albums?
Heartland, my first album, I've actually sold out of, which
Wow.
is nice to say.
Yeah.
And not sure if I'll do a rerun. And then my second album, If I Was in Dallas Tonight, people can still buy that on vinyl. I've got white vinyl for that and CD as well. So,
That'd be lovely.
Yeah.
No, I'm definitely jumping on the vinyl because that's my favorite. There's no better sound than sitting at home with the vinyl.
If we see you in Tassie, I'll have to throw you a copy.
I'll definitely be there. Now, I know you've got your guitar sitting there. Are you still happy to do a song for us?
I am happy to do a song, absolutely.
Well, I will give you the room if you like.
Okay, no worries. The dogs are about to start fighting. Hey, stop that.
That's all right. It's all part of the live thing. We'll see you soon.
All right, so this song is called The Last Night, Hello Scout, and it's off my album that's coming out. It's called The Last Night. Tonight is the last night. I'll take the long way back home. And there's no escaping, we don't know the end to this road. Streets that are winding, roads that are rough, freeways I'm fighting, highways above. I'll take you home every night on a road that is new. It could be the last night I drive home with you. Tonight is the last night. Let's take a look at the moon. There's no escaping the light as it shines in my room. Stars that are shining, stars turn to dust, thunder and lightning, cool change for love. I'll hold you tight as the dawn slowly comes into view. It could be the last night that I sleep with you. Tonight is the last night, tell myself time after time. There's no escaping, I can't get you off of my mind. Dreams that were floating, dreams that were crushed, dreams where we're hoping, dreams that you blushed. I close my eyes every night, hoping our love is true. It could be the last night that I dream of you. I close my eyes every night, hoping our love is true. It could be the last night that I dream of you. It won't be the last night that I dream of you. Thank you.
Thank you. I love that song. I really do.
Thanks.
It's been it feels like it's been so long. I love hearing your story. And thank you for now I've gone blank, but thank you for all the videos and all the pictures and things, Scott, that you're running in the background. He's done such a great job. And Jules, for sending you over to us to have a chat, because I always love having you on the show. So you're hitting the road. You've got new music. 2024 is turning into a big year for you. Are you still adding dates? So if there are people that have venues or areas they want to come, do they reach out? Is that your plan?
Yeah, absolutely. Reach out to me or to Jules. Sorry, Jules just threw you in it. But yeah, reach out to me. You can find my contact details at the website. More than interested in looking at additional dates. So, Queensland and Tassie in particular.
Yes, absolutely. It's so good. Both of them. Scott up at Harvey Bay, I think that was one that I reckon Scott would be waving out for.
That's good.
And
I'm touring with my band as well, so full band shows and by the time we hit later in the year, we should be red hot.
That's exciting. That's really exciting. And people can pre-order and pre-save the album right now, can't they? So make sure you guys head to the QR code and go and watch your latest video. If you hit the QR codes, the video should be in those comments as well for you, but they are in the, if you scroll to the top, there at the top of the comment section for both YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter, all of the platforms that we're live now. You should all be able to see that in the top of the comments. What is the best place, Matt? Because as I was just reading out, then there's so many places to keep an eye on social media. I know you always update your website, but what is your preferred platform?
Just in general, or for people to connect with me?
For people to connect and to see what you're up to.
I would say a combo of Instagram and my website.
So, Instagram and website, yep.
So my website has all my tour dates on there and tickets for the shows and various things. And that's where you can buy my album on vinyl and CD and pre-orders. And Instagram to keep up with the dogs and life on the farm and music, of course.
Absolutely. I love your dogs. I love keeping up to date with you and the dogs. It's always so interesting. They've left now. They've had a fight.
They're both on the floor. Yeah, they're both on the floor.
That's fair. I don't know what my animals are nowhere to be seen tonight. This is what I get when I feed them early. I'm not needed anymore. Again, to grab the tickets and everything, head over to Matt's website. We'll pop that in the comments as well so that you can jump on and do that tonight before we go. But Matt, thank you so much for joining us tonight. I love having you on. And which dog is in the film clip?
That's Shooter. That's
Shooter, because Shooter was so little.
Yeah, that's Shooter. So he's the dude. He's
gorgeous. How old is he now?
He's 4 in October. So.
Yeah, it's been a while. He's doing well. Is he well behaved?
He's a great dog. So he'll follow us around the farm, and he follows my instructions all the time. But he's a bit special. He follows shadows and lights and swallows. So birds, shadows, and lights. He's obsessed with. So
he's not a shooting dog.
No. He's a bit OCD or something. So.
Yes, chases everything. I got a dog thinking that she'd be good for shooting. Well, she's gone now, but when we got her, I thought, she'll be a good shooting dog. Not at all. Not a hope. Would chase things that weren't meant to be shot, and the rest she wouldn't leave your side. It was no hope. But yes, they're special, and they do have their own little personalities that come through. But
absolutely.
Thank you, Kaz, for jumping in. Reach out to me next week. We'll have to try and catch up. It'd be lovely to see you while you're down here. Matt, give us a buzz for your next single. We'd love to have you back on, and we'll be keeping an eye out. What we might do, if it's all right, we'll pop a list of your tour dates that you've released now. We'll pop them on the page in a separate post so that you guys can all see it. And I'll put the link in that as well. But thank you for coming back on. It's always lovely having you.
Thanks so much, Danni and Scott, for having me. I really appreciate it.
Anytime. Guys, we'll be back next week. I think we've got Josie next week. We've got quite a few shows rolling in. I'm trying really hard not to do too many because I know you guys have been keeping up to date with how I've been. I'm definitely improving slowly. I just am slowing, not doing as many shows just as I managed to keep my voice. And we will be adding some extra ones in as we can. But thank you all for joining, and we will see you all next week. See you.